much since Lee Elsey, because Lee Elsey was number 8 when he played too. Cook is just putting it a ball. Oh my! Down to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be taken by Gibson. He's going to hand it off to Gay. Gay's going to get up to the 20 at about the 23-yard line. He's been knocked out of bounds. They tried to reverse right off the bat. Gibson 5 gave it to Gay. Knocked out of bounds by a host of Falcons.
Well, they tried to throw the razzle-dazzle there, and I think they were trying to obviously get some good field position right off the bat, which they're going to need.
Well, Fitch did a good job staying home, Murph, on that reverse like that. They had 2 guys sealing it off, so they stayed home like they're supposed to.
Yeah, they did. They stayed in their lanes, which is what they teach you.
What doesn't Fitch do a good job at? Hart, the quarterback. They're in an I formation, double flankers to the left, red uniforms, red helmets, red shirts with the white. Hart, number 4, is the quarterback. Going to take the snap on a long count. Drops back, hands it inside to Gibson. Gibson spins, he's going nowhere, and there's Maddox. Michael Hall, just write all these different names down, but Gibson went nowhere.
A lot of leakage there on that right side of the Manchester line. Fitch just blew in there like a gale force. There were a lot of missed tackles, though, before Maddox finally cleaned it up.
I think that was Cook, guys, number 8, that came in and just let him know he was home. Brandon Cook from the other side of the field stopped him. But you're right, Murph, there was a few missed tackles on that play.
Never seen a defensive lineman with number 8 before.
Yeah, it's hard to figure that out, right?
I think Brandon Cook is a frustrated receiver.
Or linebacker.
Quarterback, whatever he wants to be. Hart, the quarterback, they're in a regular split T formation this time. Hart hands up inside to number 6. 6 is to Andrew Clayton, and he gets maybe another 2 yards. We're going to have maybe 3rd down and 7, and the Falcon defense has just come up quick.
Yeah, they did. Once again, Brandon Cook did an excellent job of splitting a double team, and he caused that play to happen.
Well, Murphy, you know, Cook has lost about 25 pounds from last year, and he feels a lot quicker.
It looked like his quickness has improved tremendously.
And they got him right over the ball almost playing a nose tackle.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he lost it, Andrew Berrigan found it, but it's all muscle, because he's huge out. He hasn't played yet, he's offense. 3rd down, about 6.
They're going to throw him, Mike.
From the 30-yard line. Double flankers to the left, 1 single back. Pitches back to Gay. Willie Gay spins. He's going nowhere.
Nope.
And just add them up. He's lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage for about a 3-yard loss. They're going to have to punt, and oh my, the Falcons are ready to fly.
Yeah, the Fitch defense smelled that one out that time. I thought they were going to pass. They probably should have, but maybe they thought the better of it because of their field position.
Yeah, they had 3 wideouts on one side, and the other guy was wide, just one guy in the back. And the coach said he's going to throw 40% of the time. That's the opportunity, but they chose not to.
They were trying to spread out the defense with that formation, hopefully creating a seam for the running back to get up into.
Yeah, he created a seam all right.
Yeah, nobody but Fitch came through it.
3rd and about 9, Mike, and Indians are going to kick it away to the Falcons, and they'll touch it for the first time, and Mad Dog Maddox looks like he's back ready to go. Is that him, 32, or Dante Ross?
Dante Ross.
Dante Ross.
Smith is going to do the punt. Good snap. Gets it away under tremendous pressure.
Ooh.
Almost blocked.
Hall just missed it.
He's going to bounce around.
Walworth needs to, he did a good job getting out of the way. Ball almost came down and hit him.
Falcons will have the ball, guys, on their own 40-yard line. 9:23 left to play in the first quarter. Fitch will take over on their own 40-yard line. And you know what? Hall just missed blocking that, Mike.
I think with George and Michael Hall, if you said Hall carried the ball, Hall made the tackle, Hall blocked the ball, you'd be right.
Yeah, we're just giving a blanket coverage here. It was one of the Hall brothers.
Yep, the baby bull, and what was the other nickname?
Oh, the petite bull and the baby bull, whatever it is.
Murph, you're going to come up with some new ones, I know.
Let me tell you something. There's that tight double wing T. George Hall's the fullback. Michael Hall in motion. Pitch back to Michael Hall. Michael Hall's got 5. Michael Hall's got 6. He's up next to midfield, and he just keeps carrying people.
You know,
the whole team tackling up to the 48-yard line.
Before the game, Murph, he told me, he says, I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't one of them going to take me down. They better gang tackle me all game long because I ain't going down easy tonight.
Well, he's been like that since he was a sophomore. He is one tough cookie.
That's about a 9-yard gain, guys?
8 right off the bat.
8 right off the bat, 2nd down in about 2.
And I'll tell you, a good player that they have is number 6, Clayton, linebacker.
Yeah.
Monster man, good play. 2nd and 2 from the Fitch 49-yard line. That tight double wing T. In motion is Maddox. Maddox got a...
Ross.
Excuse me, that's Dante Ross. He gets the 1st down. He's into Manchester territory, coming out of the 44-yard line. What I'm looking at is to see who the quarterback is, Ronnie, because White Shoes Johnson was the quarterback early in the year. Let's see who they got in there now.
Yeah, DeVoe is back, Mike, but I don't think he's at 100%. Hasn't been practicing with the team, and it was a close quarterback race the entire preseason, and DeVoe had just beat him out, but they don't lose a thing with White Shoes Norris stepping in, but he don't have white shoes anymore, Murph.
No.
They both did an excellent job last year when they both got a chance to play, so I'm not surprised that it was a tight race.
Let's see what they both kick. Okay, hit off inside to George. Dante Ross to the right side. He's going to get about 4, and I'll tell you one play that's going to work because George Hall ran free in there on the carrying out his fake. So 2nd down and about 7. He got 3 down to the 41. Dante Ross did.
Well, we've yet to see that play that they perfected last year, which was the double cross buck that they ran inside.
Yeah, people call it a reverse, but it's not. It's a cross buck, like you say. And that, well, boy, first time we saw that, Murph, our eyes lit up, huh?
It sure did. I remember they ran it at the goal line for 2 points.
Michael Hall and Maddox on the wing. George Hall fullback. There it is right there. George Hall runs up the middle from the 41. He's running over people.
He's
George
going.
Hall is carrying people. George Hall, 41 yards for a touchdown. I told you he'd run free. They didn't want to tackle him. That's why they ran away from him on the fake. 6-0 Falcons.
Well, I mean, here you got a kid, a junior, who's 6'3", 230 pounds, and probably runs a 4.6 40. I mean, that's an incredible talent.
And let me tell you something. I made a comment to you, and I'm not talking about Stephen Davis now, the Washington. When Stephen Davis was in high school, George Hall was the same player. And Stephen Davis was as good as you could find for Spartanburg High and averaged 9.5 in the 100. That's George Hall. They're going to go for 2. See what the Falcons do. They're going for 2, as they always do. In motion is Michael Hall. Michael Hall gets it. He's going to walk in for the 2 to make it 8 for the Falcons. 0 right off the bat for Manchester. You're listening to high school football on the Ticket. 980 WSUB, ESPN Radio.
Okay, this should be 30-second spots. Mike, do the kickoff for Comcast.
And there's the kickoff. Brandon Cook. They fake the handoff. Is Guy Gay keeps it. Willie Gay comes up to the side. Going to break a tackle. Break another tackle. Going to be knocked down on about the 27-yard line. So number 3, Willie Gay, did a lot of running. Okay, but he got up to about the same spot they had the ball. One of the Falcons is on the ground. And that was... And it was DeVoe who was the quarterback on that drive, number 7. So he's back playing. First time he drives all year, they go for a touchdown.
Well, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot to hand off a football 40 or 50 times. So he might be weak, but he's strong enough to do that.
Well, we saw some guys who couldn't do it last week. Couldn't turn around and hand the ball off. Well, of course, they had guys hanging on them. One of the Falcons is on the ground, Ronnie.
Yeah, guys, it's number 3, but on our roster that was faxed with today, he is not listed on there, so I'm trying to figure out who number 3 is. We don't have him on the roster, but he's down out there with them knee injuries, Murph.
Well, they got a guy injured here for Manchester, too. Not to the extent that Madigan was. First down, 26-yard line of the Manchester. They're trailing 8-0. Hart's quarterback. They're in a 2 wide receivers. Handoff inside. It looks like it's going to be quarterback keeper to Hart. Hart decided to keep it and ride it. And he got nowhere because he loses maybe 2 or 3 yards. And Dan Carey back from that injury. Good to see him back.
That was an excellent play inside. Once again, you had a lot of leakage with Brandon Cook, Dan Carey, and the rest of the cast just busted through Manchester's front like gangbusters and stopping the play.
And they don't really know exactly who they're going to block because Fitch comes at you from so many angles.
Well, the Fitch defense, their front line, they're taking the gaps, and they're looking for penetration, Mike.
This is the split backfield. Hart, the quarterback. Double receivers to the left. Howard long singles. He's going to throw this one. He's going to drop back, and he's going to be praised. It's going to be a screen pass. Going to be caught by Gibson, and Gibson's going to get derailed.
Mike Hall did an excellent job of peeking that play out. They had the blocking in front of him. There was plenty of pressure on the quarterback. Looked like it could have gone. Mike Hall snuffed it out, and they only gained about a yard on that play, Mike. So they're still 3rd and 11.
Are one of your linebackers and one of your players' responsibility watch the screen?
Always.
If that's Hall's responsibility, the screen's not going to be too successful tonight. 3rd down and 11 as they completed a pass for 3 yards, but they had lost 4 before. That being the Falcons. They got wide receiver out to the right, wide receiver out to the left. Hart's still the quarterback. Gibson in the backfield with Guy. Hart, about 5'10", the quarterback. He looks. He's going to drop straight back. He's going to throw it out. Not going to go nowhere. The closest to that was the referee. And who was lurking there? But number 32, Dante Ross. They're going to pick one off.
And George Hall was there from his defensive end spot. He just threw that pass to save his life, Mike.
You know, it just looks like Farmington all over again.
And Farmington was the top-ranked team, number 2 in Class L.
My, it's good. I think Fitch is going to be playing teams out of state pretty soon. I'll tell you that much.
They're going to have to try to find some competition.
And they're going to be good next year. Don't anybody kid you. They're going to be fabulous this year. They're one man short. Manchester's what the holdup is here. Dante Ross back. We got number 88 going to try the Eddie White. He's going to do the punting.
They're smart. They'll keep it away from the Inferno.
Oh, and he's not even going to punt it. It's on the ground. He goes to pick it up, and he's nailed by Coleman. The ball's open. I don't know who got it, but we'll
touchdown Fitch, Mike. Touchdown by Fitch.
Matt Maddox got the defensive tackle, but let me tell you something. Coleman come through there like a rocket. He hit that punter. He's my favorite sophomore, DJ Coleman.
Well, number 6, Andre Clayton, one of the Manchester captains, looked up, saw him coming. The ball went over his head. There was nothing he could do.
Yeah. Now Maddox gets on the board. That's, Maddox is not a guy that scores a lot of touchdowns. He'll get 10. That's 24 for his career already.
Well, Maddox scores in all different types of ways. Punt returns, kickoffs, interceptions, fumble recoveries. He's an all-around player. He's got to be one of the top 2 or 3 players in the state.
All right, let's see. DeVoe, quarterback. Double wing T. Fitch going for 2. Hand off to George Hall. George Hall goes barreling in there, and he gets thrown back. I thought the only thing that would stop George Hall is if he ran into the goalpost.
Well, he ran into the entire Manchester team that time. They did an excellent job of shutting down that play. Number 58, the linebacker for Manchester, Brian Hood, one of the captains.
I'll tell you what happened here is I think Coach Massey of Manchester said, let's see, the first time on the 2 points they gave it to Mike Hall. This time they'll give it to George Hall, and they were kind of ready for him. But Maddox has an interception, a run. He has a punt return, plus he's got a fumble recovery. He's got 4 touchdowns already this year.
That's a sign of an all-around player.
Oh, and he's a great player, too. And we were talking about him. USA Today had him as one of the 5 best players in the state of Connecticut. And I'll tell you what, he gets better every week. There may be guys bigger or more specialized in their position, but if you just want a football player, Matt Maddox ain't a bad place to stop.
Well, the Mad Dog made his mark 2 years ago as a sophomore, and he's only gotten better ever since.
Yes, he has. Cook's going to he could get his letter just kicking off. Cook, as good as he is, 14-0, 5:31 to go. Falcons are way on top, and they're flying. Cook with another good kick. That's going to be taken by Willie Gay. Gay's going to hand it off to Gibson. Gibson's going to go up the left sideline. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to cut it back in, and that room is going to be closed up fast. They're going to be at about the 22-yard line, first down for them.
Well, the one thing that we haven't talked about this year is Fitch's team speed, which is extraordinary, but it's overshadowed by their size this year.
I mean, you forget how fast these guys are, because these are 215, 220-pound men who are flying around like that.
There's no doubt about it. Their size is extraordinary for the first time since we've been covering them, and we've forgotten all about their team speed with the Inferno and Matt Maddox and the Hall brothers, who all have incredible speed.
Double wide receivers to the right. Jermaine Smith is one of them. Hart's the quarterback. I formation. Manchester down 14. Let's see what they do. Hart's going to hit off his, oh my. Willie Gay just met everybody that plays the middle of the Falcon line and lost about 3 more.
Brandon Cook, Dan Carey right there again at the bottom of the pile making that play. Brandon Cook looks excellent at defensive tackle this year.
Yes.
That loss of weight has done him good.
And it doesn't hurt to have Carey at 275 as your partner.
Sure doesn't.
And Carey's got height too. You know what the thing about the Fitch guys? They all got height.
Yeah, they're all rangy guys. They're all 6'3", 6'4", to go along with the weight.
All right, we got the 2 flankers out to the right. Okay. Hart's going to be quarterback. See what they do. Gibson in the backfield. And there we got a jump. And at St. Bernard's, he'd be doing push-ups, but number 77 who's not in. Maybe that's why we don't know who he is.
Dan Abelli is the man who jumped at the end of the line, the offensive tackle for Manchester, resulting in a 5-yard penalty.
And they're not in much difficulty as it is. Now they're 2nd and 18. They're on about their own 16. They want to get almost up to the 35-yard line. Double flankers to the right. Okay. Hart's the quarterback.
We've been covering this game for 3 years. I know Matt Maddox.
Yeah. Hart pitches back to Gibson, and Gibson is just taken down by number 10, Norris. Norris not going to play quarterback. He's going to play wide receiver.
Norris did an excellent job. He did an excellent job just blowing up in there, stopping that play.
I'll tell you what, Norris has found a spot on defense since he's not playing football. And that's the thing Coach Emery does. He puts athletes on the field.
There's no doubt about it. These guys are football players. They're not just position players. We've seen over the years how interchangeable they were.
And they are 3rd down in as much as you want to go. Looks like about 19 or 20. And Hart's coming in with the play. This ought to be some play if they get a 1st down. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know if anybody has a 3rd down and 20 in their playbook, Mike. I think they're just going to hand off and hope for the best.
Yeah, and they are. And usually that doesn't happen against Fitch the best. I'll tell you that much, because Michael Hall is now the middle linebacker. He's steering right down at Doug Hart. Gibson's still lone running back. Everybody else is close, but a flanker to the left. Hand off to Gibson, and Gibson's lucky to get out of the end zone. He's on about the 4 or 5 yard line, and the punter will be in the end zone. I don't know. They had Smith punt the first time. They had White punt the second time, and he didn't even get to punt it.
Well, if they snap it the same way they did last time, I think they'd be well advised just to take the safety and get out of here.
Be the cheapest thing they can. 2:54 to go, 14-0 Falcons. Hall, Maddox with touchdowns. To beat George Hall. Deep is Dante Ross. And let's see what the Indians are going to do. They're going to have White punt it. And they got Maddox out on this left flank. He might go for the block right here, because nobody's blocking him. Except if Clayton doesn't pick him up, Maddox is going to block this punt.
Well, the personal protector is Clayton back there, and that is his job.
White gets a high snap. He gets a high kick. It's going to bounce around. It's not making the 20. It's going to be down at about the 16-yard line. What better field position? 1st down from the Manchester 16, ahead 14-0.
Actually, Mike, I think it's down about the 6-yard line.
Wow. I'm trying to get a. You're right. Let's see.
Maybe the 10. Maybe the 10 or the 11.
It's on the
11-yard line.
They can get a 1st down. They don't have the markers like we usually have. We'll do our best. That's not an excuse. We were sleeping on that one. So 1st down from the 11. Falcons.
Well, that punt went so high, you really couldn't tell where it was coming down at, Mike.
Yes, we know. It almost went backwards. DeVoe, the quarterback. Maddox in motion. DeVoe keeps it. He's rolling out. He's looking for Cook. Cook is wide open, and the ball not quite to him. Cook kind of didn't put his hands out.
No, Brandon alligator armed it a little bit, but the ball was not thrown on the money. And this was their first pass from scrimmage. They need to work on that a little bit. When you're a running team, I think Coach Emery just wanted to take a shot and see how that pass would work, and it was wide open.
You can't get any more open. Maybe he didn't take his lineman things off there, but I'll tell you, DeVoe put it out there. It wasn't the best pass, but it was catchable. But Cook, again, he's learning the position. It's easy to learn 14-0 on the other team's 11-yard line.
It certainly is.
2nd and 11 for the Falcons. Dante Ross, Michael Hall, George Hall in the backfield. DeVoe, the quarterback. Hand off to Donnie Ross. Hand off inside to Michael Hall. And Michael Hall could run back to Groton.
There's the play that we saw last year. That inside reverse cross buck is just a thing of beauty.
I remember Coach Emery telling me in July, no, we're not going to play Michael Hall at that wing back. That's Michael Hall's 30th career touchdown. 54, I think, is what Michael Jones has. Michael Jones could be off the record book, but because McCoy had like 51, but he didn't play that game there against New London, which he had a couple anyhow. We'll say that.
Yeah, against New London last year, he probably could have had 8.
But that gives him his 30th one. Obviously, it's his 2nd or 3rd one of this year. One of this year.
How many teams do you know of that could lose players the caliber of the Carter brothers, Raheem and Rashad, as well as a John McCoy, and look like they have not missed a beat?
Maddox going to the outside. Maddox just burst of speed. He's going to be in there. There's only one other team I've ever seen do that, and that was New London when they lost Jamal Johnson. Then they had Ambrose Fletcher who went to Penn State and it just kept turning players over. They weren't as spectacular as Fitch, okay, but they played that tough. They were more like, not as good as, but played more like you guys, 38-0, 35-0. They didn't get into the high 70s.
But you're talking about one guy.
Oh, yes. Okay, and they just...
Wing T, your footwork has to be impeccable, Mike.
All right, let's see what Willie Gay does. Willie Gay's going to bring it right up the middle. Willie's going to cut it to the outside. He's going to slip. He's going to go down on about the 26, 27-yard line. 22-0 Falcons, 156 first period. And this is a double L team. This is not an S team. This is not an M team. This is double L team they're playing tonight.
Well, Manchester's overmatched. I'm sure that in years gone by, they've had powerful teams, and in years to come, they will again. This time happens to be Fitch's turn.
Fitch has had a turn for a long while, okay? And usually you can go 3 years, but they're going to be 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6 undefeated seasons. That's a long time.
Well, this is the strength of a Mike Emery. He's building a program.
Yes, he is. And he's done a fine job. Hart's still a quarterback. Gibson the lone running back. On your 25. Pitch back to Gibson. Gibson runs to the outside. Bob's weeds. He's got a space. He's got a first down, and he would have went, except Dante Ross knocked him down. But Gibson, with some good moves, gets the first down at about the 39.
Gibson's a good ball player, Mike. He made some very nice cuts there. If it wasn't for a shoestring tackle by Dante Ross, he might have been gone.
I mean, Gibson has to make some of his best moves behind the line, though.
There's no doubt about it. He had to fake out the entire Fitch team just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And he did a fine job. It's got him the first down, their first down. Number 44, Eli McCardo, comes in the game, and one of the wide receivers for Manchester.
I think you will see some adjustments made by the Manchester team at halftime. A team that gets penetration, there are certain things that you can do against them, like cutting back, which is what Gibson did that time.
Right, hand off to Gibson. Gibson spins. He's going to fight for yardage. He's going to fight past Maddox. And also, number 52 for the Falcons grabbed a hold of him, and 52 for the Falcons is Ryan Milton. I should know that. He's one of the co-captains.
I got one other problem I'll tell you after this, Mike.
It is not JJ. Is it Hart, the quarterback, second about 4. Hand off to Gibson again, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Andrew Bergman.
Milton, Bergman, you name it.
Bergman playing defense, guys. Normally he just plays offense or goal line defense, but they got him in there.
I think they wanted to give him a shot. I think well, here comes Brandon Cook and Dan Carey back in, so maybe they just wanted to give him a little rest.
My other problem is, Murph, there's no hot dogs here.
Oh, wait a minute. We're leaving.
I went down to get 3 hot dogs and 3 sodas, and all they had was them salty pretzels, and my blood pressure won't take
Well, how
that.
about soda?
Huh? No soda, apple cider.
Well,
this is the last time we come here.
The end of the first period, 22 for the Falcons, 0
Hey, John,
for Manchester.
at John's Pizza.
Yeah.
Send pizza and soda.
John,
Stat.
Rick Oven, if you can hear us, send it. End of the first quarter, Fitch 22, Manchester 0. We'll
Split backfield. Hart looks. He's going to roll back. He's rolling to his right. He's going to put it out there for number 10.
Wow.
And number 10 just got hit, but Andre Smith caught the ball, number 10.
Very close to the first down marker. Probably going to be about fourth and 1.5.
And DJ Coleman, Murph, one of your favorite players,
He's my
came up
favorite.
big. Stopped him, number 5 for the Fitch Falcons of getting that first down.
Sure did. Stopped his forward progress. Made an excellent hit.
You like hits like that, don't you?
I sure do.
DJ's only a sophomore himself. He's the one that blocked the kicker, and not the kick, but the kicker, so Maddox could get the ball.
Sure. And they're gonna. Looks like they're gonna go for it, guys. 4th and about what's that? 3?
3 or so.
Yep, 4th and 3, and ball's on Manchester's own 41-yard line. And Mike Massey pulling out all stops here. He figures.
He ain't pulling out too much
Nope,
of stuff.
he's punting.
White's going to punt, but he hasn't had any good luck. He had a 6-yarder and one he didn't even get off.
Maddox and Ross, guys, both back.
Well, they don't want Maddox to block.
Well, Gibson's back there. Yep, I knew it was going to happen.
You called it, Murph.
Yeah.
You were hitting me. You wanted to say it. You knew they were going to fake it, didn't you?
Yep, Gibson's back there as a personal protector. They snap it directly to him. Hope he can pick up the first down. And I think Fitch did the same thing.
I think Murph was hitting me. He wanted to say something, and Mike was over here telling us about the guys that were deep. Murph saw it late when they came out because they came out quick in that formation.
Well, I didn't think there was any way they really wanted to punt in that situation near midfield, as bad as their punting has been tonight. So
Right. Why not give it a try?
Exactly. They had nothing to lose.
They got nothing to lose.
Fitch had 22-0. Got real good field position. DeVoe to quarterback. Maddox, Michael Hall, George Hall in the backfield. Michael Hall comes to the right. What a block by Maddox on Gibson. Hall just keeps going forward. Hall's down close to the first down, but what a block by Maddox.
That was an excellent block. That was John McCoy's favorite play right there, that end around. Got a flag on the field, though, Mike.
Let's see what we have. It looks in the middle, probably going to be a hold or a clip. They're talking to Cook.
Holding on Fitch, guys. That's going to back him up 15 big ones, but in any event, it doesn't look like wherever Fitch goes on this field, it matters, Murph, because the bottom line is they're going to gain more yards. Back him up, because he'll keep going.
Well, Fitch has a new offensive line this year, and one of the players is number 67, Pat Hansen. Let's watch out his progress this year. He's a junior. First time we've seen him play. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job out there.
Yes, he is.
Along with Bergman and Cook, number 63 for the Falcons. And we'll give you his name right now, Murph. That's Eric Wilson. He's on the field, leading by the quarterback. And they got the junior, the baby bull, as a fullback, Mike.
Oh, boy, is he the fullback, without a doubt. They lost about 3 after the penalty, so first and about 12. DeVoe with the shovel pass. Ronnie's favorite play to Michael Hall. Michael Hall's going to get up close to the 40-yard line. He's going to get a lot of that back. It's going to be second down, about 6.
Eli Mercado made an excellent play on that. George Hall was gone, and Eli Mercado made a shoestring tackle and brought him down way short of the first down.
Saved the touchdown for Hall, but it's still about a 8-yard gain, guys. But I'll tell you what, that shuttle works so good. There's 3 fakes before he does it. We love that play. We love that one in the reverse, or that crossbuck, Murph.
And Tyler Walworth playing one of the tight ends. Number 33, he's getting his playing time. Ross in motion. DeVoe's going to run. He's being chased by 60, and boy, that's one of the first times you'd ever see that. A quarterback for Fitch being sacked, and that's 60, Robert McCarthy.
Yep, Robert McCarthy, 5'8", offensive line, defensive end. He came shooting through there like jailbreak, Murph.
He came off the corner. He did not go for the play fake. Went straight for the quarterback, and that was a good decision.
Makes it third down and about 15.
It's been a couple of years since we've seen Fitch in this position.
Yeah. Wonder if they got a trick play. They can't do the shuttle pass. That's what they usually do.
Why not? Do it again, because I tell you what, that would have been 6 points if it wasn't for that shoestring tackle that you described.
Eli Mercado, number 44. Tight back.
Well, that's what makes games, I guess, guys.
Yes, it does. DeVoe to quarterback. And they look like they got a diamond there, the way the guys set up the wingback. Double handoff inside to Maddox. Maddox breaks outside. Maddox keeps going.
He's
Jumps
gone.
over a guy. Spins by a guy. Being brought down by Gibson. And there's one football player on this field today. It's Gibson.
30-yard run by Maddox. Puts the ball inside a 30-yard run. It's about third down and about 22 guys, but they don't care. Give somebody the ball. We'll get them yards for you.
Well, obviously, Fitch does have a play for third down and 20.
Yes, they do. Give it to Maddox.
Give the ball to Maddox.
On that inside reverse. But I'll tell you what. You know who's going to win the Exahulius Award today?
Who's that?
Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson is the Exahulius of Manchester, no doubt about it.
Let's see what happens. 21-yard line. Head 22-0. DeVoe looks. DeVoe's going to put it out. He's got Dante Ross. Dante Ross walks in with the touchdown. And that's the first touchdown of the 7 touchdowns Dante Ross has scored in his career that has been less than 45 yards.
The Inferno has a lot of speed. He's used it. He's run back kickoffs, run back punts, interceptions.
And that's
I believe this could be his first pass reception for a touchdown.
Yes, it is. He's never had a touchdown below 45 yards. This was the first one, a 21-yard pass. 28 for DeVoe.
Hey, Mike, remind people who Exahulius was. So
he played for Killingly, the first game we ever did. And Exahulius scored 100 yards. They got beat 58-6. He made all the tackles, did everything for Killingly. Steve Exahulius, what a player.
He seemed like the best player on the field that day, even though they got beat 58-6.
Well, Fitch, again, they tried to get George Hall, and he stopped. So I guess Manchester's going to deny them that 2 yards up the middle. But it's 28-0 with 9:18. But Exahulius was a great player for Killingly. That was the first game Phil ever did with us.
A lot of fun watching that kid play. And he made an impression on Murph that day. Kid had a big heart, Murph.
He sure did. It was a hot day. He really played with as much effort as you could give on a day like that. Reminded me a lot of the kid from Kansas City who played great in the playoff game from Kansas City Chiefs. Remember his name?
Oh, I'm trying to think, but I'll think of it in a minute.
Murph, that was the game that me and you did the first quarter from a cell phone up on top of the press box.
That's right, it sure was.
And I'll tell you what, Exahulius okay, set a career record, a world record for kickoff returns in a 58-6 game.
Well, guys, we've not even played 15 minutes of this game yet. We had a 15-minute delay due to an injured Fitch player. But Fitch is 28, Manchester 0, and here's Brendan Cook to kick off.
Cook's going to kick off. They're ready. Banding up back for Manchester. They're looking. Let's see what happens. Cook gets it away. They don't want to either want to get it. Gibson picks it up. He'll take it. Gibson brings it up to the left. Ray McRail grabs a hold of him. He breaks that tackle. Walworth, he breaks that tackle. And finally, 86 brings him down. But Gibson broke a tackle by Walworth, broke a tackle by Ray McRail, and finally, number 86 of the Falcons, who is Nick Madsen, made the tackle, only a sophomore.
Did you see the way Gibson lowered his shoulder every time they were getting ready to tackle him? All he gave him was that pad, and they bounced off of him. Gibson's a good ball player.
Yes, he is.
Look, last time, guys, when Gay ran the ball back to kick off, he didn't want no part of it. He said, no, not me, man. Someone else pick up this ball. I'm getting beat up out here. First down for Manchester. Got the ball on the Falcon 40-yard line.
Hey, Manchester looks hot to quarterback. Flanker out to the right, Jermaine Smith. Guy deep in the backfield. Dornier's with him. Hart's going to try to run the option, and he can forget that because there's Dan Kerry, 74, and Brendan Cook. Because you always know when Cook makes a tackle, he flies up in the air.
Brendan Cook and Dan Kerry just meet at the quarterback like they're going out to the mall shop.
And I'll tell you, the Manchester's on their own 40-yard line, not the Falcon. They just lost about 5 yards. Now they're back about the 36-yard line. But you know, Dan Kerry, not only a great football player, you know, guys, this is his 4th year at Fitch. He's gotten 1 B on his report card, the rest all A's.
Well, you know, at one time, 34 of the Fitch football players are on the honor roll.
That's right.
So we not only have good athletes, we have good academics.
It's 2nd and 15 for Manchester, trailing 28-0. We're in the second period, 8:19 to go. Handoff
Fumble.
inside to Gay, excuse me. The ball's on the ground, but I
Picked
think
up by Walworth.
Yep.
Tyler Warworth, number 33 from the Falcons. It was a bad handoff, it looked like, from the start, guys. But I think what it is these guys are getting hit so hard by the Falcons, and they know that, Murph, that their mind's getting thought on the hit and not focused on what their job is.
He didn't really have the handle, but the running back got stuck pretty good. Walworth in an alerts up play just pounced right on it. It actually bounced off a Manchester player that was on the ground in the Walworth's hands.
Yeah. Falcons got the ball now on the Manchester 30-yard line, so they need 30 yards to score. Let's see how long it takes them. 8 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Falcons lead 28-0 over the Manchester Indians.
Double wing T for the Falcons. That's the Falcon double wing T, believe me. DeVoe's still a quarterback's first game. Handoff, fouls on the ground. It was a handoff from Michael Hall to Maddox. The ball fell on the ground, but I think the Falcons come up with it.
Maddox out-hustled them and came back. Looked like the Manchester player was going to get it, Mike.
Yep, and Maddox says he does. When he decides he's going to get the ball, take the ball, do whatever he does, he takes it.
And it looked like, you know, one of the first times that we've not seen a very clean and clear and crisp transition, Murph, when they run that crossbuck. That time something happened out there.
Well, there was a miscommunication in the handoff from DeVoe, but as I said, that's where they're going to miss Raheem Carter.
Yeah.
His footwork, his handoffs was all impeccable, and that is what you need to run this wing T. It's just going to take time and experience.
And Murph also, in DeVoe's credit, he's been out for 3 weeks with mononucleosis, so he's got to be a little bit stale, and that footwork's not there because of that, too.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit weak, no doubt about it.
Let's see what they do. They have their 550-pound right side, strong side of the line, Berrigan and Cook. That's why they weren't right. They lost. The penalty was declined. They lost 8 yards on the play, 2nd and 18 for the Falcons. They're ahead 28-0. In motion is Michael Hall. DeVoe goes straight back. Looks, throws it back on the other side to George Hall. George Hall bounces off 2 guys, bounces another one, bounces, keeps bouncing, fights for some more, and he takes the whole team to carry him. He's like in a pinball machine.
That is unbelievable.
I'm at a loss for words.
That George Hall, the determination. I thought he was going to get set for no gain right there because the player had him sewed in. And he says, wait a minute, man, you want to tackle me? You better bring something a little bit more than that. Bounced off about 4 different players. Looked like a Nintendo guy bouncing around out there.
He kept moving his legs and just moving forward. And he picked up 11 yards on that play.
3rd and 8 guys for the first down. Falcons on the Manchester 28-yard line.
I think Eddie plays his 4-down territory for them, but we'll see what happens. DeVoe still the quarterback. Maddox in motion. Hand off to Maddox, cuts to the left. Maddox is fighting. He's down close to that first down on about the 20-yard line. But Eddie Podolak was the guy.
Eddie Podolak, that's right, Mike.
And Murph, on that handoff, we saw DeVoe run into Maddox when he hit. That wasn't a clear, crisp handoff. So I think a couple weeks of not practicing with the regulars, DeVoe's got to work out some kinks.
Well, not only that, this is his first year playing. Raheem started for 3 years, and that footwork takes a lot of time to perfect. So as he goes on, he'll get better and better and better. And next year, I guarantee you we'll see a very top-notch performance.
And despite all that, they got the first down.
Yeah, they did, guys. 1st and 10, the 20-yard line.
And 28-0 Falcons. DeVoe the quarterback. Handoff inside to Michael Hall.
Fullback.
Who can
He's
just
in,
walk
Mike.
in because Hart ain't going to do it. Touchdown 31 of his career. And the Michael Hall watch is going to start. Your buddy Michael Jones, he may not be in the record book too much longer.
Now that time, DeVoe did an excellent job of faking. Still looked like he had the ball, but also looked like Maddox had the ball. That was a very well-conceived, very well-run play by DeVoe.
Fake Mike out.
34. I finally picked it up, and I'll tell you what. Even Picasso had a lousy painting. You know, let's lighten up on DeVoe.
Well, I'm wondering if the cameraman caught that upstairs. He might have been fooled on that too.
They picked it up when he went in the end zone. We always can catch up. Okay, handoff to
Hall.
George Hall.
George Hall's in for the 2-point conversion, guys. And this well-oiled, lubricated machine's now leading 36-0, 6:04. Murph, think any Hartford sports writers are opening their eyes around here?
Well, I think they should know by now. I'm just amazed at George Hall. I was amazed at him last year, being only a sophomore, and his power and his poise. This young man is going to be a Division I player to be dealt with. I predict that he not only will he be a Division I player, he'll be a Division I star.
As long as he keeps those worth ethics up, Murph, and does what he's got to do, and you've seen it before, guys went through high school doing good and doing this, and then reach a plateau where they think they've leveled out and stop being hungry. He's got to maintain that, and being a former professional athlete yourself.
Well, if he goes to a Division I school, I guarantee you they'll keep him hungry, because there'll be 20 more guys waiting to take that spot.
And I'll tell you what, his brother will keep him chasing him, because Michael will always be a step ahead until they finally reach the same plateau. And once you're chasing your brother, that's quite a thing. Brandon Cook's going to kick off 36-0. Cook has already earned his letter for the year at kickoffs for this game. Let's see what happens. Cook gets it on the ground. Willie Gay with it. Gay's going to bring it up, and he's going to go right down it like he slid down.
Second time.
Oh, there's some penalties all over the place.
You know what I'm noticing? This field is a little slippery, Mike.
Yep.
There's a little dew on it. It's a little slick. You can see where the wheels of the golf cart are making little tracks on it, so you can see that there's a little dew on it.
And Fitch got hit with a personal foul there, so that'll cost him 15 yards. Okay, but at this point at 30, I think it's 36-0. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference here. And they're going to bring the ball up to about the 35-yard line.
Well, in the words of the immortal Joe Louis, it really do not matter.
Right, and we're not going to say it ain't over till it's over here, because this one's over. You know what I mean? If Manchester comes back to this, you'll be seeing this on not ESPN radio that we're on, but ESPN highlights, I'll tell you that much. Let's see what happens from the 32-yard line, Manchester. Double L school. Hart still the quarterback. Hart goes right back, he's looking over the field. Passes out for Dorniers, and they're going to have an interference on Fitch.
Yeah, that was a clear interference there.
Donnie Ross, I think. Dante Ross.
No, that was DJ Coleman.
Okay.
Hit the receiver right before the ball got there. He was trying to make an attempt on the ball, but he cut the player in half.
Hart threw it out to Dornes. Dornes, big receiver, number 7, but now it's going to be another 15 yards. So they haven't done bad with 2 15-yard penalties. The best drive of the thing, they're up to their own 49-yard line.
Well, it's not like Manchester doesn't have any talent, because They do have some talent on the field. It's just not up to the level of Fitch.
No, they have some athletes and they have some kids who could play. But Fitch has superior athletes. Fitch is easily the top team in New England. I want to see one better. 49-yard line. Indians have two players flanked out to the right. Hart looks, he throws that quick pass intended for Eli Mercado, and Eli got nailed there pretty good as he dropped it by DJ Coleman.
And right now, Fitch has interchanged some of their defensive line. You got Mark Gullickson in there now at one of the defensive tackles. You've also got John Capone in there. And John Capone did a good job last year. It's nice to see him back. And George Hall at the one defensive end. And we've got...
Probably Coleman probably plays at the other defensive end. Or Tyler Walworth. Okay.
Jeremy...
you might pronounce
Swingen.
Swingen, that's right. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line of the Indians. Hart looks at, boy, he's grabbed, and that had to be George Hall.
George Hall, he just knifed through there, Mike.
The hand went out, and Hart went down. And we're not laughing at me and Chester. It's just that Fitch is so good.
There's no doubt about it. We are watching one of the top high school football teams in New England.
I'll tell you what, and that's a 2-yard loss, so it's 3rd and 12. Score is 36 for the Falcons, nothing for the Indians of Manchester, Falcons of Fitch, 4:25. The only thing left to be decided is no one ever tells me who Robert Fitch was. There's a Robert E. Fitch senior high school, Robert E. Fitch junior high. Nobody tells me who Robert Fitch was. That's a question to be decided for tonight.
Well, maybe someone will tell us when we get to Sully's.
I don't know if that answer will be right, but we'll see. 3rd and 12. Hart hands off to
that's Gay.
Gay. I get a little trick between 3 and 5. 5 is Gibson, but Gay goes up, gets about 6 yards. It's going to be 4th down at about 5. They've already had a bad snap, a bad punt, 2 bad punts, and a fake that failed. So what do you think they're going to do here?
Well, I think they'll probably give the ball to Gay or give the ball to Gibson and try to do the best they can. Yep. But they may have some success on the pass with Fitch's second defensive line in there, which does not rush the passer as well.
Let's see what happens. Jermaine Smith flanked out to the left here. I formation. Need 5. Need to get down by the 40. They're trying to get Fitch to jump up. Hart hands inside to, they look like Willie Gay, and Willie's going nowhere.
Ooh.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Milton. John Capone pancaked him.
Milton and Michael Hall. Wow.
Quarterback on that play. Gay on that play.
John probably hit the quarterback too. He put his arms around everybody. And he's like the second stringer. He'd be starting for any other team. Falcons obviously stopped him with 3:04 to go, 36-0. Falcons take over on their 47-yard line.
Yeah, Fitch has moved in a number of their second string players already, particularly on defense.
Let's see what happens for the Falcons. Maddox in motion. DeVoe's going to roll back. DeVoe's going to put it out, and he's looking for, looks like Tyler Walworth coming off the tight end position.
I'd like to see Tyler carry the ball a few times.
Well, he's been playing tight end for them right now because they've had a little bit of lack of depth there, which will be corrected in a couple of games. But you realize when they put their regular defensive line out there, they're fronting for Tremar Shelton and George Hall at ends, and Brandon Cook and Dan Kerry at tackles. Now, that's not a bad college defensive line.
You're telling me.
And then Michael Hall is the linebacker, of course.
They've got an average about 245, 250 across
Easy.
the front.
And then when they need someone, the goal line, Bergen comes in. Hand off inside to George Hall. He's running over people. George Hall is carrying people. And Mercado just hung on for the ride for the first down. And I give Eli Mercado a lot of credit just to hang on.
He looked like he was in a rodeo.
And George Hall just is immense.
The baby bull.
He is Stephen Davis at Spartanburg High School, let me tell you. I've never seen such a resemblance or anything like that. Nobody will know what I'm talking about. Watch this guy play.
You know the other thing about these Fitch kids, they're very mild-mannered.
Yeah. 36-0. I'd be mild-mannered too. And inside to Maddox to the left. Maddox gets outside. Maddox going to walk into the end zone.
Maddox is gone, Mike.
So Maddox with a 35-yard touchdown. So Maddox got a couple of touchdowns. That gives him 5 for the season already. He's got the fumble recovery. He's got a couple of touchdowns. It's right now 42-0.
Maddox reminds me a lot of Anthony Brown. Wears the same number that Anthony Brown wore. Anthony Brown, the great running back that I played with at Xavier High School.
Well,
same kind of build, same kind of speed, same kind of skills.
Let's not give Maddox that touchdown because it was holding against Fitch. So let's take it off the board. So it's 36-0. We just heard it when they ran in the end zone. But let me tell you something. There was nobody on Manchester holding Maddox.
Well, something tells me it's just more yardage Fitch is going to gain because they probably will score this time again anyway.
I don't think there's a question they're going to score because let me tell you something. This team is well on their way. There's a well-oiled machine, and they run this so well. I mean, to lose a 3-year quarterback who never lost a regular season game, who led them to a state championship, who never lost a day game, to be honest with you. Both the games he lost were at night. And then to have this Will DeVoe come out of a sick bed a couple days ago or a week ago, whatever the practice time is. And I'll tell you, he's not Raheem Carter, but I'll tell you what, he ain't bad.
No, he ain't bad. He's only going to get better.
All right, so we lost 15 here. We being Fitch, I'll be a homer for that one play, okay? So it's first down at 25. Let's see what happens. DeVoe looks, keeps the ball out, throws the screen pass to Michael Hall. Michael Hall, they're going to call a holding on Bergen. Michael Hall's going to run over a couple people, but they're going to bring that back.
And Bergen did not need to hold on that play.
I'll tell you what, the referees, I think, we're going to keep Fitch out of the end zone this thing. We're going to keep it 36-42. They're honorable guys. It's another thing. You know what I mean? Because if it's anything close, they're going to be calling them. Because they don't want to see a 50-60 to nothing game. And they're good, honorable men. Because I tell you what, you got one of the best crews in the state doing this game. Because you have T.J. Calabrese, Terry O'Neill, John O'Donnell, Tim Lenartz, Vance Harris, and Steve Stefano, my good buddy, is a timer run. On their own 44-yard line, first and 40. Okay, DeVoe, the quarterback, calling the signals. There's that handoff to George Hall. There's 10 of it back. There's 15. He's going to carry a few players with him. He's going to be into the 41-yard line. He picks up 15. So now it's second and 25.
Well, you know, the Hall brothers, they look for people to hit. They don't run to daylight. They run to where they see the other jersey, and they try to run them over.
I think it's something with them that Michael last year did it, and I think George is going to show. Michael's now more finesse, because he's that premier wingback spot.
Well, then north-south runners, man. Get in my way. I'm running you over, baby.
See what happens. Second and 25. Maddox pitch back to the left. DeVoe throws a good block. Maddox got about 10, 11, 12. And guess what? From first and 40, it's down to about third and maybe 7.
Yeah, they're not going to stop him.
Another timeout called by Fitch. Going to be closer than 7, Mike. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 5.
And why do you think Fitch is calling these timeouts?
Yeah, that's right.
I think Emery might have said, we'll decide whether we get in the end zone or not.
Yeah, the referees ain't going to decide for us.
But again, the referees are honorable guys. This is a good crew. This is a crew you'll see at a state championship game.
Mike, they're not here in the broadcast. Let's talk bad about them. In any event, 36 Fitch, Manchester 0. Minute 1 left to play in the first half.
Long count. Michael Hall. There's the shovel pass to Dante Ross. Dante Ross is going to be tacking down by number 71, Justin Firth, one of the co-captains. So it's going to be, they lost about 5. See, when you give the ball to Dante Ross on the shuttle pass, all that traffic, somebody can knock him down.
Well, that's what happened. He got bounced back before he actually caught the ball.
So it's 4th down, about 12 now. And a guy like Michael Hall or George Hall can get through those arms in that maze where Dante is a speed quickness player.
I'm going to make a call play here, right, guys? Crossbuck, Murph.
See what happens. 4th down and 12. Handoff to Dante Ross. Dante Ross to the outside, spins, cuts inside, spins. Going to be down close to the 20.
He got it, Mike. First down.
And that will be something because Dante was running at top speed. Bergen says they made it. I don't think you're going to argue with him.
Nope.
12 seconds to go.
Falcons just used their last time out. 12 seconds left to play in the first half, guys. The Falcons have the ball right about the 18, 19-yard line of Manchester.
I think they'll come back with the same play that they missed with Cook.
Yes. That or Emery likes to do plays that have success. He could do that double handoff.
Well, you know what, guys? Remember this now.
Doesn't have any time. He's got to
right.
for the end zone.
My point. No timeouts left, Murph. So with 12 seconds, if you run the ball, you got 1 play. If you throw the ball, you got 2 and maybe 3.
That's right. I think I think they'll go with the pass that was unsuccessful to Cook earlier.
Uniform out before he's going to get, so let's see what happens. In motions, like George Hall, I told you, straightens his uniform out, goes down to about the 10, and he would have been in there if he can get hit by a big hand there of Hoyt.
Falcons trying to get another play off. They're not going to do it, guys. That's going to be the end of the first half. The halftime score, 36 Fitch, 0 for Manchester. We'll be back with the halftime show in a minute. You're listening to High School Football on the Ticket, 980 WSUB ESPN Radio. Mike.
Firth kicks off, the ball's on the ground.
Onside kick,
got it?
Mike.
Onside kick, let's see who's got it.
I think Manchester might have recovered that.
45-yard line.
No, Fitch's ball, guys. Fitch is in the white on white. They'll be going from your radio left to your radio right. Manchester dressed with red bottoms, red tops, kind of ugly uniforms, to be honest with you. And they'll be going from your radio right to your radio left. Fitch has the ball on their own 45-yard line to start the third quarter.
What if Manchester's uniforms look pretty good? They got nice helmets.
Yes. What if Manchester scores 3 or 4 touchdowns here?
Yeah, keep the clock going then.
Right, first down to 45. DeVoe, the quarterback. Michael Hall with the pitch out. Michael Hall gets up to midfield. Michael Hall breaks away.
He's gone, Mike.
Michael Hall goes 55 yards for a touchdown. And he may not have made it.
He got in. He got in.
No, he got to put him on the 1
You
yard.
gotta
That's
be
a
kidding
bad
me.
call.
Oh, my
1 yard
word.
line.
He was tackled 5 yards after he got in the
Willie
end zone.
Gay made the tackle on
And that's
the
the
1 yard
same
line.
ref that told him to keep the clock going.
Hey, I ain't arguing anything you say, but the black ball's marked on the 1.
I'm sorry, but you know,
That was
I wanted to be this year with me not being upset
Right.
about what I see in the field
Right.
or any political machinations, but you started me off wrong.
Yeah.
These guys got me off on the wrong foot.
Well, see, the amazing thing is, we weren't players, Ronnie and I, so we don't understand. You were, so you understand what each minute and second of each game that you work for. You only have so many games. You only have so long to play. Right?
That was pathetic. He was tackled when he was 5 yards into the end zone, Murph. And you'll see that on Comcast, because Comcast will be on all week long, thanks to Mike Devine and his crew.
See what DeVoe does. DeVoe looks. Hands off to George Hall, and George Hall gets the touchdown. He ought to thank Michael. Should get 5 of those 6 points, right?
Should, yep.
I'm surprised that, you know what? I'm going to tell the timekeeper not to do what the ref said.
Well, Steve won't. Steve Stefano, he'll do what you say. He's easily influenced.
Murph's taking over.
42 to nothing.
Murph's taking on control now. 42 Fitch, 0 for Manchester. We just started, Mike. 2 plays in the first quarter, a 55-yard, 54-yard run by Michael Hall.
And a
1-inch run by George Hall for the 6 points. George, you owe your brother 6 points.
Yes, he does. 42 to nothing. DeVoe, the quarterback. Fitch going for 2. You know, back to Maddox. Maddox jumps, dances. He's in there. 44 to nothing. I mean, Maddox is like, he's like he runs as fast as forward as sideways.
Mr. Stefano just told me that it's in the referee's discretion. What they're doing is preventing injury in running up a high score.
What does that mean, Murph? Can you explain that? How would injury have to do with a higher score?
Yeah, the injured psyche of the team that's getting beat.
I mean, what is that? Are they trying to say that when teams are losing by a lot of points, they get angry and take cheap shots out of people?
I don't know exactly what that means. It sounds like some zebra double talk to me.
I saw New London beat NFA in basketball 113 to 28.
I saw New London beat 2 years ago Fitch High School 101 to 38.
Yes, and Fitch was lucky to get the 38. He only had 20 at the end of the third period.
Right.
That's our bet. I'm betting you again. What's the coach's name? What's my buddy's name? Wayne Clark.
Leave Wayne alone.
Fitch offense will score more than the football and basketball.
No, they won't. They're going to have a great basketball team this year. You mark my words.
Yeah, okay.
We've got Tamar Shelton in the game,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
they do. Shelton's back in the game.
Let's see what happens with Brandon Cook. 44 to nothing. Gets a nice kick. Mikado's going to let it bounce. Once it goes across, Mikado's going to run it out. He's got some speed. Mikado
Flag,
up the right
guys.
sideline. Yes, one flag. Going to be down about the 20. But Mikado didn't have to run that ball because once it crosses the goal line.
I don't know if it went that far, Mike. I could barely see if it went in. It looked like it stopped at about the 2 or 3 yard line. I think that's why he did run it out, Mike. I think you're right. If it did go in the end zone, he wouldn't have.
Eli Ricardo's a tough kid.
Yeah, he is. A lot of tough kids on this Manchester team, but you know what? They're playing the best team in the state of Connecticut.
No,
Wake up.
They're playing the best team in New England.
There you go.
Lamar Shelton starting at defensive end in the second half.
Yeah, he missed a lot, Murph, for the first practice and the players, but he's back and he's ready to go, and he's ready to show people that he's a Division I future football player also.
There's no doubt about it. He looks like he's at least 6'6".
And that's going to cost them, as you said, the clip for the blocking below the waist is going to cost them half to go. Going to be down to about the 7-yard line. You're going to start, and it wasn't, the 11. It wasn't bad enough. George Hall was on Hart. Now Shelton's going to be on Hart.
Well, I'm surprised that the refs even threw that flag, seeing that it was against Manchester.
Yeah, I agree, Murph. It's surprising.
See what happens. Hart, the quarterback. And they haven't run any time off yet in their defense, because there hasn't been anything.
Yeah, they have. The time's running right now.
Shouldn't be running now, and it is.
Hart with it. Looks. Hands inside to
Shelton's on the tackle.
Dorners. And there's Shelton and there's Norris. But Dorners number 7. Big running back for them. Antoine Dorner, 6'1", 195, gets maybe 2 yards. Second down, 8 on about the 13. Falcons have a lot of different players, but Tyler Walworth is still in there. Johnny Norris is in there. Maddox is in there. Dante Ross. Shelton, who is head and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah, he is. He's at least 6'6", no doubt about it.
Standing next to Danny Kerry, who's not exactly short, and Brandon Cook.
And white shoes
He's
Norris.
so much bigger than last year.
He is. White shoes Norris wearing the white shoes like I said he would, Mike.
All right. Tyler Walworth playing the quarterback. Second down and 8. Doug Hart, the quarterback, for the 44-0. Manchester with the ball. Pitch back to Willie Gay. Gay gets to the outside, gets some good speed.
Flag,
but we got
fellas.
another flag. We'll see what happens. But Gay with a nice run. That was one of their better plays, but that's going to be called back.
You can tell that Tamar Shelton hasn't been practicing that much. He took the wrong approach to the path to the ball. He was in the backfield, and he allowed them to break the contain.
It seemed like he went to the inside, Murph, instead of staying to the out to hold that lane up. Put a flag on the field. And you know who's playing surprisingly well for the Falcons? Well, not surprising from the coach's aspect, but DJ Coleman at his linebacker spot. Just a sophomore. What an incredible linebacker he is.
Good. I saw him in the Jamboree, and I told you guys,
Yeah.
he's my favorite sophomore.
Yeah.
Second down and a whole lot. About 15. They're on about the 6-yard line. Hart's the quarterback. Hart looks. Going to throw the ball. He looks it out. Caught by Gibson. Gibson's going to be tackled by 44 for the Falcons, and that's Rob Taylor, who played a lot as a sophomore last year with the tackle. He's going to get maybe 5 yards. Going to be third down, maybe 9.
Looked like they were trying to set a screen up, Mike. A big rush by the Falcons, but there was no lineman out there to block for him at all. So he got smart. We're going to have a 3rd and 9, Mike, from the 13-yard line of Manchester. They got the ball, 9 minutes left to play. Third quarter, 44 Fitch, 0 Manchester.
Kind of neat, the Manchester cheerleaders standing on the milk crates.
Yeah, I like that. They can see the game.
Yeah. 3rd and 9.
Murph likes that too, huh, Murph?
Makes it
I've
look
never
forward.
seen that before.
3rd and 9. Hart, the quarterback. Hart's being pressured. Rolls it out, and it's going to be passing. No, not complete. And I'll tell you what, I'd have called pass interference on that. And Norris was all over the guy, Dante Ross.
No, that was pretty close, Mike, and the ball was into the ground. They might have decided that it was uncatchable.
Well,
Plus, I think they're laundering the place right now, so.
They got all the dust off the field with all the flags, that's for sure. Falcons going to end up with a good field position, guys. I bet they get the ball right around the 50-yard line or in Manchester territory as they lead 44-0. 8:43 left to play, guys.
And my nightmare just about to start with JV teams on both teams going in pretty soon. But
Well, we'll see when Emery calls them off. I think he's going to do it a little later this time.
White almost got it away, and he almost being pressured. We're going to have some type
Oh,
of foul on
my
Coleman.
God.
And I don't know why, because
Flags all
there's
over the
Dante
place.
Ross. He's back to the 40, 30, down to the 15-yard line. And Ross, but I'll tell you what, if anything, Coleman was blocked into the guy. Now we got other penalties.
There's Manchester players laying all over the field, as well as flags all over the field.
Flag up with the point where Donnie Ross caught it.
So what are we going to have? A roughing the kicker here, Murph? Is that what the...
No, Dante Ross didn't touch the kicker. I'm wondering if they're
Thought
going
it was Coleman.
for a block below the waist.
Maybe, because
Well,
Coleman
the
was
flag's back in the backfield over here, Murph. The
That's-
first one that went was for
Right.
the kicker
2 flags up here with Donnie Ross in it.
on the run back.
Offsetting penalties.
Yeah. Do it again. Just what Ed White, the punter,
Yeah.
wants to do.
And that's what that penalty was
Blocking below
back
the
there.
waist.
Blocking below the waist.
Because Coleman was putting some pressure on.
Good call, Murph. Good call, because I thought usually 90% of the time when that flag's by that kicker, it's a roughing the kicker penalty.
Well, kicker didn't get touched.
Yeah.
He didn't even act. He
But
just
Dante
stood-
Ross got chop blocked.
Yeah. Well, Dante Ross ran the
Was
punt
Coleman.
back.
And actually, this flag out here shouldn't have counted because that was prior to the kick.
Yeah. That's what makes sense about that.
That's what they're explaining right now, because there's a whole different set of rules of what happens when the ball's in the air and when it's not, and who changes possession, stuff like that.
That's right. This flag out here should not even be enforced because that was prior to possession by Fitch.
I don't know what they're going to do now because the whole Fitch team is changing.
Well, you know, guys, I don't think Mike Emery and the Fitch Falcons are going to substitute too much later. We're up in Hartford. These guys aren't giving the Fitch team the
Wait a minute.
respect
You
they
got to
need.
see this happening here. We now have 15 yards being tackled against Fitch from the point of where the Dante Ross got. That's one where Dante Ross caught and they had the block. That's where it is. The other penalty's not even enforced.
Doesn't make any sense. But we're in Manchester, Connecticut. Fitch 44, Falcons 0. Falcons have the ball, guys, but they're on the 49-yard line of Manchester. So you know what? It doesn't make a darn bit of difference because they're going to take this into.
Well, let's see. They got a lot of the subs in there. 24 is Phil Poteet. He's in there.